Go fix that. Fix what? I don't know. So the initial plan for this video was to be called Why I Love Digimon World Next Order, with the premise being that I had just 100% of the game, right? I was able to experience the free DLC that came packaged with the PS4 release of the game, and then I was going to be telling you my positive thoughts about it. But as my road to 100%ing the game keeps getting extended... Oh yeah, I remember exactly where this boy's at. By these little bum ass Gatsumons, boy. Ah! Oh hell no! I continuously question myself, like, bro, do I love this game? And so I'm at the point where it's like this. I do enjoy the somewhat endless grind to an extent, but it just gets to the point where I'm like, this needs to stop or be fixed. No. Fine-tuned? No. Refined. I'm like a wizard with these words, man. I'm basically like creating manga out of the series of videos that I've made thus far, right? But I need you to understand there is a purpose and reason for all this, right? Any video that I've made thus far that has revolved around the core of Digimon games rather than a specific topic has a connection to each other. So let's do a quick recap. Jammers Digimon Manga. If we start with the prequel, right, this all began when I was just fiending, searching for any type of Digimon Survive news because we hadn't heard anything about it for 1 to 2 years, something like that. So once we confirmed the game's existence, it was time to look ahead. And so we begin. Okay, so about the new Digimon Story. In this video, we discussed the idea that the video game franchise for Digimon has finally been able to build some type of structure. And so we focused on Digimon Story's future and what I personally would like to see from it. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, the plan was after that video, dive into the other side of the coin, Digimon World. But in my head, I'm like, I know for a fact everybody loves Story, and I know that the World franchise is more niche. So I was like, I need to do something different before we get to that step. So I took a different route. Have you played Digimon World Next Order? This video was like a census, basically, right? I was just trying to gauge what people's thoughts were on that game, because if you think about it, anytime Digimon games are brought up nowadays, it's all about the complete edition. Nobody talks about World Next Order for various reasons, right? And that's what I wanted to uncover in that video. The perfect Digimon game. This is the most recent chapter in our manga. Really, I just took the ideas that I saw in comments from the first video, the story video, and the second Next Order video and kind of combine them into one. I will say it was a suggested video from my member, NeoDigi, but it just fit too much with the kind of plans that I had for this manga. It's just funny, you know, many of these videos that I have planned and I've already made have been fueled by your comments. Your comments matter. Especially on my Have You Played Digimon World Next Order video. Some of those comments are eye-opening. Joseph says, best Digimon game and in my top 3 games ever. Okay, Joseph. Okay, Joseph, I see you, bro. I see you, but let's relax for a second. Let's relax. My boy Doug always comes through with the Digimon knowledge. Check it. He's the type of dude where you'll say one thing about Digimon. Every one thing you say about Digimon, he gonna have like 1 to 2 fun facts about the specific topic you just brought up to him. You say Agumon's your favorite Digimon, he gonna give you 2 fun facts about Agumon. That's my goat, my man says. But yeah, the life and death mechanic puts a lot of people off the series. That, along with how hard the mess that World 1 is. But I still think they'll stick with this formula. Even though there's a bunch of people that don't like it, there are many that prefer this to the story games. Listen, I had to cut him off because my man is stealing my whole fire, my whole flow. Doug, chill out. Let me talk about it. My man Khalid came through with some craziness. He said the next steps for Digimon World should be more interactability with your Digimon. Like if you have a Garurumon, you can ride it on it, or flying with Birdramon, or swimming with aquatic Digimons before unlocking them in the city. Yo. Hold on, we're gonna get back to this in a second. Let's table that for now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes in, haven't said a single thing about how to fix Digimon World games, but just know this is the second half and it's time to turn it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thing is, it's pretty simple. Whether my man Joseph is off the pack, just a huge Digimon fan, or just overall hasn't played that many games, it's irrelevant because he is not the only person with a very similar opinion. If you think about it, the story series has evolved into a more standard RPG structure, but I think that's a good thing. It still has its own unique characteristics like the data, vaccine, virus types, just to name one, feature that's unique you don't see anywhere else. But the best part, it's just easily consumed by newcomers. Sort of like the front gate when we talk about getting into the Digimon franchise from a video game perspective. But the Digimon World series, on the other hand, should, for the most part, stay the same. It all comes back to what I said at the very start of this video. It just needs refinement. This man Doug literally took my flow, I'm telling you. But let's dive deeper. Let me make a few things clear, my boys. The eating, the pooping, and the dying all needs to stay. No questions. Can a brother get some explanations, please, bruh? Bro, can y'all explain something? Explain something, bro. They literally throw some plot at you in the game and just say, go fix that. Fix what? I don't know. Digimon World Next Order was my very first Digimon World game that I've ever touched, and it took me 3 to 4 retries just to finally figure it out and get to my 180 hour plus playthrough that I'm going through right now. And the thing is, this one didn't even start smooth either, right? It was just through trial and error so many times, I kind of picked it up finally. When I talked about this game being a sequel to Digimon World 1 in my Have You Played Next Order video, I was serious. Remember what Doug said? Look, that along with how hard the mess that World 1 is. A game that even after being data mined, isn't fully understood. You're telling me 21 years later, data mine it all, we still don't understand this game. Boy, that's crazy. Bro, what's with all the grinding? The second area that is equally as important as the first that needs to be fixed is the grinding. It's funny because this aspect is one of 2 areas that really actually make the Digimon World franchise shine and feel unique, right? You spend all this time caring, training your egg up onto a mega, right? So that first mega evolution you get, like the first few, but most specifically the first one is an unmatched feeling, I'm telling you. The second, aspect that makes it magical is in the same realm as the first one. Both of them revolve around progression, right? The first one is your Digimon progression, and the second magical aspect is the world progression. At the start, man, it makes perfect sense for my training and developing of my Digimon to take time, right? They're going from an egg to a mega. I don't have any issues with early game it taking some time. The unison between, Digimon progression, world progression is in sync for the most part in the early game. There gets to a point where the game just basically requires mega level Digimon. They need to be that strong to progress, right? So think about it. Your mega Digimon die. What do you gotta do? Train them up again. For many, it's just like, okay, yeah, I'll train them up again. Not a problem, we're good. but I've seen it in my own stream chats. People like, yeah, I can't play this game because I can't spend all that time with my partners just for them to die and I restart. Some people don't like that at all. Personally, I'm fine with the dying mechanic, right? I think it's cool because at the end of the day, whether it's 1 or 2, that's not enough. You know, I feel like I want to keep trying Digimon. I want to try them out, test them out, see what moves they have, those kind of things. So I'm fine with the dying mechanic, but the whole training them back up just needs to be refined, right? So as you progress, it does get a little bit easier. If I were to put a number, 5 hours at the early game to train from egg to mega, maybe we can say 2 to 3 hours, right? But that's still not enough, in my opinion. It should be shorter. Without getting super detailed, there's 2 main ways you can train your Digimon from what I've discovered across the World games. The first one is the training hall. In next order, the equipment can be upgraded, which nets you a little bit more experience, but ultimately it's not enough, right? You're still not getting enough experience with the amount of in-game time that is being used. So you ultimately miss out on gains. If you don't understand that for a second, your Digimon have lives. They can stay alive for a certain amount of days. So if you take up too much in-game time, you're losing experience because when the day ends, they need to go to sleep. The second option is real world fights, right? And this is the most efficient way to go, right? Your Digimon will come out best stat-wise and in the shortest amount of in-game time. But this is the method that takes a lot of your time. It's actually interesting because for next order, the most efficient way to train is real world fights. But in Redigitize, it actually makes more sense to go in the training hall because you get more experience. I don't really get that, but it's what it is. Like I said, starting out, I'm fine with, you know, it taking long. It makes sense. But the progression of my Digimon, and should I say grinding, does not match up with the word progression. And that's the problem I have. 150 hours into this game, I should not be taking 5 hours to train up a Digimon. You know what I'm saying? If they could refine those 2 areas, I really think we have a structure that is more inviting to newcomers. I said cumbers. Because the whole training, feeding, pooping, you know, that whole aspect is interesting and unique, right? I don't think that's what people don't like about it. It's all the other stuff, kind of the 2 areas that I mentioned, that really ticks people off. There's definitely some other deeper details that could also be refined, like trying to find items, the materials in the world. Maybe if they could make it a little bit easier type of deal, or something like forcing evolutions, right? You have to find somebody specific. If they could at least tell us, you know, who is going to be able to do that, so I have an idea of when I'll be able to do that. I don't know, maybe to make it a side quest. On that note, we're going to save that talk for the future of Digimon World video, because like I really want to dive into that. We're obviously going to return to Khalid's comment because he again brings up points I never thought about but are like obvious, so I want a whole dedicated video for that, so stay tuned. Other than that, man, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm obviously curious to hear what you guys would say should be changed or adjusted for the World Series that you think would get more people to like it. And if you aren't a fan of the World Series and what I said isn't enough, let me know what it is that you don't like about the World Series. I'm dying to know. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content, Digimon and everything else. You know the vibes. But that's all I gotta say though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave. Oh my god. That's all I gotta say though. So I will see you all in the next video. Peace.